Now, Central Illinois' most accurate forecast with meteorologist Jacob Dickey.
Things looking quiet out there tonight in Champaign. There's the State Farm Center, lit up orange, Illini orange here. We look at our temperature out there, sitting at 66 right now in Champaign. Dew point is at 62 now. Humidity is coming up a bit here, so we may see after midnight the chance for some patchy fog to develop out there. We still got some showers that are rolling on through. They're falling apart pretty quickly here as they continue to move backwards from east to west there, and that's because the low is off to the south. You can see it swirling around here, so that low is driving the flow in the atmosphere, which is why our thunder showers are coming out of Indiana. Sometimes storms coming from the east can be really rough. That's typically more reserved for the winter time, but here locally it's just been some pop-up thunder showers, some heavy downpours, some frequent lightning with a few of those, but we're winding down with that tonight. So some patchy fog tomorrow, possible in the morning. We'll be in those low 60s across the area here. As we head into the afternoon then, we'll mix that that cloud cover out, that low fog with some sunshine, and then I think we talk about some more pop-up showers and thunderstorms again. Highs still heading to the upper 70s, maybe a few low 80s out there, pretty similar to today. And you'll see here tomorrow morning, looking at some of that gray, that's fog being picked up on future track there. It mixes out. We'll trade that to start to see some sun break through, and then that allows for those pop-up isolated thunder showers to develop. Anyone's guess where exactly they end up, but they'll generally wander and meander to the west there as that low begins to exit. We get to Wednesday, we won't have any fog in the morning, I don't think at this point, but we may see a few thunder showers redeveloped in north of Champaign, probably Livingston, Fort, Iroquois County, McLean counties, but they're going to be brief. This is not a heavy rainmaker for us here. This is not an impactful event, just a passing afternoon and evening thunder shower. That may change, though, as we get into Thursday evening here. There's a strong front coming. We're going to watch Thursday for the risk for severe weather from the Storm Prediction Center. At this point, we're under a slight risk. We'll see if that gets upgraded. There are some questions here in place. Overall, not all slight risks are equal. Not all enhanced risks are equal here. What we think may happen is, first off, I will say confidence a little lower at this point, but we think what may happen, we've got the chance for maybe 1 or 2 storms maximum in our viewing area. We could escape with 0. That's on the table here, but if we only get 1 to 2 storms, those individual storms would be pretty high impact here. We'll look at some of those ingredients. First off, tons of atmospheric fuel in place here, very unstable air mass in place. The good news is we've got a lid on top of that, so while there's a lot of instability here, that lid is a cap. It keeps rising air from continuing to rise freely through the atmosphere, and what that does is prevent any storms from forming and tapping into that jet stream with favorable wind shear for severe weather here. Also, we may be lacking a little bit of moisture. That's a secondary thing to watch. I think that lid is going to be key to see if it holds on tight here. Dew point values, they do head to the upper 60s and low 70s into the area, so we get a little bit more fuel from that, but will it be enough to overcome that warm layer of air aloft? If we do, watch out. I don't think it's a widespread thing. Not everyone gets storms. There may be places that miss out entirely here till the weekend with the chance for rain here, but future track has been picking up maybe a swath here. That's a path of an individual storm. And as we get closer and closer here the next few days, our high-resolution data are going to come in and give us a more accurate picture. So we're kind of on that line here, I think, where maybe the higher risk is a little further north of I-72 to Danville, maybe to the south has better moisture, but the stronger cap in place. So all these different factors to watch and figure out how it's going to happen. But Brandon, if we start to check those boxes right, Thursday's 90 first off for a high. Ooh, that's a hot day.
That's up there.
Yeah, you get that heat to allow for some instability, and if we check those boxes, we get 1 storm to break through the cap. That storm could mean business, could be a problem, but still not sure that happens. We may scrape through Thursday. Could end up being a dry day.
Make sure you tighten that cap extra tight.
Yeah, we're going to screw that lid on it and staple it down.
All right, Jacob, thank you.